evening as well, before finally we start to see the focus of this really intense rainfall start to shift south and eventually over fire-affected areas, including in southeast New South Wales, eastern Victoria and the ACT on Monday.
And Diana, what other factors are increasing the dangers associated with this system in New South Wales?
We're seeing exceptionally gusty conditions with wind gusts of 90 kilometres an hour, but also abnormally high tides and some very large waves as well. We've seen waves up to around about 5 metres in the surf zone.
And is there any concern? I do recall hearing earlier from a colleague, Jane, saying that erosion may also be a factor for some areas.
Yeah, that's absolutely right. The combination of these high tides and these really big waves are certainly bringing an increased risk. And something else to note as well, with that really heavy rainfall starting to finally shift south, well, it's going to do some great things in terms of potentially extinguishing the fires. We've also got a secondary risk as well of increased rates of flash flooding because the vegetation is so vulnerable, and also possibly some landslips in those areas as well. So a really multi-hazard event.
And what are we seeing for river catchment areas as well? Is there any concern there at this stage of any major flooding events there?
It's certainly a risk. At this stage, we're going for minor to moderate for some areas, but if you do see those really heavy localised falls in any areas that you could see in this particular event, it's certainly not out of the realms of possibility for parts of New South Wales.
All right, well, let's turn our attention to the other side of the country. For Western Australia, we have Cyclone Damien, which crossed the coast there over the northwest of the state overnight. So what's the latest with that system?
Well, it has weakened quite rapidly as it's tracked towards the southeast and over land. The next issue of the tropical cyclone product will show that it's actually weakened now to a Category 1 and is expected to continue to weaken, likely becoming a tropical low in the latter part of this afternoon and early hours of the evening. We're still seeing exceptional rainfall associated with the passage of this system, though. Over 200 millimetres recorded at some inland areas associated with this low as it dives towards the south.
So how long might we expect those sorts of rainfalls and other weather patterns associated with Damien to linger?
At least the next couple of days. We are still seeing that risk of heavy rainfall. The good news is though that the system is moving very quickly, so you're not likely to see heavy rainfall really continuing for one location for a prolonged period. It's really going to dive through parts of the interior of Western Australia quite quickly and then eventually popping out the other side and back into the Southern Ocean before too long.